Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday morning, and it is cold. It is 44 degrees outside. We had the heat on all night, and I have to go. Hopefully, I finally got my ballot from Florida to vote, and I'm hoping by taking it to the post office, it'll get there by Tuesday. I don't know. But the husband has been so busy at work that he got it, but he forgot to send it to me. So it's one of those things. I thought maybe I'd done something wrong on trying to do the voting away from, voting absentee voting or whatever. But nope, he made a booby. I still love him. It's one of those things. So hopefully it gets there. I'm going to go now. And hopefully it gets there by Monday. And gets to the voting office by Tuesday. So fingers crossed. I don't think we really had that much of a great choice in general on who's going to be president. I really don't. I mean, I heard someone one time say you vote for the lesser of two evils. And I don't want to turn this into a political video, but half the crap that people promise during the election campaigning, they don't do it. It's when you stop and think about it, how can one man who has to make decisions after talking to Congress or boards or something or whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to get political because I don't know all the steps that anybody has to do, a president has to do to make decisions. But I do know they have to be going through someone. I'm sure there's some things he has final say over. But you cannot blame the president for what has happened with the coronavirus, even though so many people want to blame him. You can't blame him. He is one man. This is a virus that happened in other countries before it came to us. Other countries, from my understanding, did not share all the information with the United States when it first happened. They kept it hush-hush. So you cannot blame him, whether you like him or not. You cannot blame him for the virus. It happened. It's an act of nature. It's an act of God. It's an act of the universe. However you want to look at it, that's what it is. And whatever decisions he made or protocols he did or did not do, that's here or there, okay? Because we as Americans also have to take the steps to protect ourselves. Like wear our masks, wash our hands, use hand sanitizer, keep our distance from people, not go into crowds without a mask on. So many people are fighting wearing the masks, which is stupid in my opinion, when they're out in public. So you can't blame him for that. And I don't think, when you're looking at both candidates, and I've not been watching the news because I don't care, honestly. Say that's horrible if you want. Say I'm anti-American because I don't care. But honestly, whoever goes into office, I'm not going to talk to them ever person to person. I'm not going to have any interaction with them person to person. Sometimes I don't think my one little vote really matters, even though everybody goes, oh yes, your vote matters. Everybody's votes matters. It does matter, but it doesn't matter, because if I'm understanding things right, it's a majority vote and it's an electoral vote. And I don't know how exactly all that works, and I'm not going to waste a brain cell on it, okay? Because I can't control anything anyways outside my own little world. I cannot control other people. I cannot control the government. I cannot control this or that. And people go, yeah, but if you don't vote and if you don't speak, the government will control you. To a point, the government can control people. They can't come in. I mean, I'm not saying they can't never do it, but I still live in America. It's still a free country, and I still have the right to make decisions on my own. Okay? Before we become a country where we're given rations and everybody has the same amount of money in their bank account, that's going to be a long ways off before that happens in the United States. And some people listen to this and say, oh no, that could happen tomorrow. Well, you know what? If it happened tomorrow, maybe life would be better on some people. Maybe if it was an equal thing and the government did control everything, maybe everybody would have health care, everybody would have food on their table, and maybe mothers wouldn't have to work 2 jobs, because if the mom who's been working 2.5, 3 jobs to pay for her kids because she has a deadbeat baby daddy, maybe if the government stepped in and equalized everything for everybody, the rich and the poor and the in-between, maybe everybody would have an equal playing field. And everybody goes, well, that's communism you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm not going to get political. Now, that just sounded like a crazy ramble, didn't it? Well, that's what a lot of this stuff sounds like. Crazy rambles. So, all you can do is try your best to vote for what you think is right and decisions. People getting mad at people over votes, and people stop being friends with friends because of who they vote for and what political affiliation they are, whether they're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. People getting mad at their friends and ending long-time relationships over the fact that somebody's Republican and not a Democrat, or somebody's a Democrat and not a Republican, is stupid, people. I was watching this week, Divorce Court. And the couple said, she said she wanted to divorce her husband because he was for Trump. Now, if you're going to divorce your spouse because they're voting for Trump, and when they met, they both were voting for Trump, that's stupid. Because Trump's only going to be in office, he's only in office for 4 years this time. If he gets reelected again, he's only going to be in office 4 years again. Then somebody else is going to be in the office, and they have destroyed their marriage over that. That's stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. That's ignorant and stupid. And I don't normally call people ignorant and stupid and dumb, but that is. I'm sorry. Ending relationships over political views is ignorance. Because if you really understood our rights as individuals to vote how we want to, because it's a free country, and to have beliefs the way we want because it's a free country, have religious views, political views, personal views, and we're all fighting for the right to have our own views, and then you start being mean and bullyish and nasty and break up relationships, friendships, marriages, couples break up over that kind of stuff, well, then you're ignorant. I'm sorry. It's ignorance. Because I don't care who you're voting for and what your religious belief is. Now, I'm a Christian, so yes, I do care that people, their religious belief, and I will pray for that person who does not believe in God, but I don't care what I accept people the way they are. I don't try to change people. You can't change people. If you want people to understand you, you show by action. You don't show by meanness, nastiness, and hatred. You don't show that way. If you want to get your point across, you kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. You know, the best way to show someone, to point out your views on something, is to show someone. Show by action. But I'm so glad when this whole political crap is over with. I'm always so glad when the political crap, because on election day, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to bed just like I did the day before, and I'll probably do it the day after the same way. My life is not going to change a whole lot on the political day, on election day. You know, it's just not. And you know what? Whoever ends up in the office, as Americans, we should respect that office, because we do live in a country where it's a freedom state, a freedom country. We have freedoms. We should embrace our freedoms. And rather than preach so much hatred, because our kids are going to learn this hatred. If people don't stop saying the nasty stuff they say about presidents that they don't like, and the horrible things that they post on Facebook about our presidents when they don't like them, because when Trump got elected this last 4 years, people did some horrible things on Facebook. They said some horrible things on Facebook. Our kids see that. We're teaching our kids hatred, bulliness, and disrespect. That's what we're teaching our kids. Grandparents are teaching it to the grandchildren. Parents are teaching it to the children. And they're teaching the children's ignorance. That's what we're teaching our children, ignorance. I have always taught my kids that you don't have to agree with someone and still care about them. You don't. And if you want to change them in a religious kind of a way, pray for them. You can't change people. All you can do is show them. I keep saying that, show people by actions. And if you really can't stand somebody because of something, walk away nicely. Don't walk away nastily. Nastily. That didn't come out right, but nasty like. So, I guess it's turned it into a rant about being ignorant about things. You know? I just don't know about people. I bit my tongue a lot and did not want to go on Facebook, on YouTube. I didn't want to go on YouTube. Bite my tongue on Facebook all the time when it comes to religious stuff. When I see people posting nasty stuff, because I don't want to have a confrontation. I like to walk away from confrontation. I don't like to have confrontation. It stresses people out. And I don't think it's good for your health when you have confrontation. So I really just hide the posts when they pop up that I think to myself, there's some more ignorance. I don't know. Like I said, on Tuesday, I'm going to get up in the morning like I did on Monday, like I will do on Monday. And on Wednesday, I'll get up the same way like I did previous days or previous weeks. And I will go to bed and do whatever I do. My life is not going to change on Tuesday. Our president may or may not change on Tuesday. And whoever becomes president, pray for that person. Because I definitely would not want to be in that person's shoes, trying to do whatever they can for the country, whether we all agree with it or not. Have to make those decisions. Because honestly, the nastier people are, people tend to get defensive. People tend to get defensive, revenge. You know, think about it. If you really get angry, really get mad, or you feel like somebody's hurt you, you don't agree with someone, you get defensive, you get revenge, all that stuff. I would hate to be put in the shoes of the president and have so many social and online horrible things said about me, because as humans, we tend to sometimes take what someone says and does, we take it inside and we fester with it, we harbor it, we let it like stew on it. So I would hate to be put in a situation where I had to make decisions knowing that there's this social media stuff going out there saying all this horrible stuff about me, and then try to make a decision without having any personal influence on it. Stop and think about that for a minute. all this nasty stuff that's been said about Trump, if you think he's made some horrible decisions, and he knows people have said nasty crap about him, even if he did try to do it without having any personal feelings involved in it, people do that on simple little things. People get mad at the grocery store because they think somebody cut in line on them or something, you know. People get mad over stupid little stuff because they go to a restaurant and they think that the waitress, you know, dealt with a table that came in after them before they dealt with them. So see, try putting yourself in the shoes of our president and see if you would like to have half the crap said about them, about you. And now I'm going to end this video because I don't want to think about it anymore. Because I finally ranted about political and all that crap. So this was just my morning rant and my morning thoughts on this whole crap of people being ignorant in general. So if you like my videos, like and subscribe. If you don't, I'm sorry, but enjoy the craziness of life, because you might just laugh about it when you tell a friend. And I will see you guys in the next video, maybe later today.